This is a guide on how to beat the shiny Wo-Chien raid. So first we're going to start by using Black Kyurem. There are probably a couple other Pokemon you can use as well, but this one is particularly powerful and probably not too hard to get, especially if you've been playing for the past 2 generations. So here's my moveset. I'll also pull the EVs up. I just put all my EVs in attack. If you want yours to go a little farther, you could put them all in HP as well. And then the big move you need is Icicle Sphere, which you'll have to learn through TMs, because that is the only way to get that. And also you're going to want a Choice Band on Black Kyurem. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to go challenge alone. If you want to use the challenge as a group or online multiplayer, it will just be easier. You do not need as much prep. If you want to do that, you can probably just post a lobby, and as long as you get people who join, or you'll be fine. Or you can go join one of the other lobbies. You could even, I think, get away with some of the special attackers, as I did a couple of raids yesterday. People were using like white Kyurem, Sylveon, a couple other random things. Probably not too specific. It's just this is quite a bit harder if you try to do it solo. So basically, you just spam Icicle Sphere. If you get low on health, do like a healing cheer. Yeah, and then Wo-Chien always uses Ruination turn 1, so you might lose like half your health, or I guess like more like turn 0, but you might just start with half your health, so just be aware of that. I wouldn't worry too much, as Kyurem has quite a bit of bulk, so you can kind of just take some of the first initial hits, and it won't matter too much, but we don't really have to worry about that. Basically, our goal is to get our Terra up as soon as possible so we can get damage into the shield. I've originally tried stat boosting, but Wo-Chien has too many stat resets on your side, so if you try Dragon Dancing, when you hit 80% time, your stats get reset, and then your stats get reset, like again, I think around like 50 or 40% health, so it doesn't work very well if you're trying to use like Dragon Dancing to get bonus stats. Not that you couldn't do it, but it's just not as effective as just spamming Choice Band. Then again, okay, good thing we were on Choice Band, so we didn't waste a turn there. But yeah, now we get our Terra off. Big thing is just make sure you don't have your Pokemon faint, because I think if you do, I don't know if you can win, but this is just kind of how this works. You just spam Icicle Sphere, and then eventually Wo-Chien will go down. Big thing is making sure like the amount of damage you're doing is about keeping up with time. I think once you get past the shield health, it absolutely will. But yeah, I was running into lots of time issues when I was trying other strategies before landing on this. You could probably also use a Life Orb, just be aware that it's going to make it a little bit more difficult, as you'll have to keep more eye on your own health, because you'll be slowly chipping away at yourself as well if you use a Life Orb. And then I think the rest of the damage items, like there are other things you could try to get away with, like Loaded Dice probably wouldn't be horrible, but beyond those couple items, like you use like the Expert Belt or whatever, the damage buff on that is horrible compared to the Choice Band. And there's a couple other things where, yeah, you could use them, but the bonus damage you get out of them just isn't that significant. Depending on how many of these we land, be a little variance on how consistent this fight works. But like that, we don't have to shield. I think we'll use a healing cheer after this. Yeah, there's the second stat reset, which like would be horrible. You could also use the damage cheer, but that of course is like better in multiplayer because you can save more time. I also think our allies might be kind of good on this run, though we didn't get the best heal there. Hopefully Wo-Chien doesn't do too much damage. Status effects. I guess you didn't even attack us, so that's nice. But yeah, just like that, I think we finally have gotten head-on damage to time. We had a horrible roll there. That's a lot of healing. I think we'll go for another healing cheer to be safe. The Weavile has Ice Punch, that's why the allies are doing so much damage. And we got a horrible roll there as well. Well, we might just go for damage soon. Yeah, because like Pollen Puff doesn't do hardly anything, it's the other stuff. And if we get a bigger roll on Sickle Spear here, we'll just win. But yeah, there's a little bit of RNG variance in here, so some rounds might do better than others. Yeah, we will just attack again after this, because we should take out Wo-Chien, even if we get a low roll here. But yeah, we're getting a lot of low rolls here. If you get some higher rolls, it'll have the build beat the boss faster, so just be aware. There's a little variance, this boss can be a little harder, a little worse. But this seems to be mostly consistent. As long as you're getting more than like the 2, I think this is the best move you can have. If you were getting 2 rolls constantly, Ice Fang might be a little better, but Ice Fang doesn't have the possibility of being better at all. Just because it's like a constant, I think 65. Meanwhile, with this, if you roll 3 hits, that's, I think, more power. So, just be aware of that. If you're getting very unlucky, you can try that. I don't know if it works consistently, but this is what I had going on. Just be aware, like, you could pump more into the HP, because if you put a full set of EVs into HP, we'll have a little bit better survivability. It won't be super significant, but it will help a little. You could also split that between special defense and defense. I don't know what the optimal is, but that's just the way to go. If this helped out, please like and subscribe. And thank you for watching, and I'll post another one of these when they release the next raid in like a week and a half.